What's going on, guys? My name is the Weight Loss Professor, aka Zach Vago, and in this video, I want to be highlighting a simple few things that you should be prioritizing before thinking about a weight loss surgery. You may think you're down bad, you're rock bottom, you have these health conditions, probably with your thyroid, and you think and believe that you can't lose weight. Well, I'm here to firmly believe that that is not the case by any means. I think with this little step-by-step guide, if you are hitting everything to a T, then you will see weight loss results. It's just a matter of fact of doing the right things, scientifically proven things to actually lose weight. So let's dive right in. I don't want to waste any time. I want this to be a quick video. So I'm using an example of this lead, Stephanie, that I was actually talking to, who actually hit me up and was like, "Hey, Zach, I'm going to look more into a weight loss surgery, and I just want your opinion." And I was like, "Please stay far away from weight loss surgery." I'm a huge avid supporter against weight loss surgery. Any weight loss surgery, I don't care what it is, I'm against all of it. I think you can lose weight naturally. I've worked with friends who have thyroid issues, health conditions that prohibit their metabolism from working properly, and they've been able to lose 60 to 100 pounds, ridiculous, in just a few months. The sky's the limit for you. I do not accept excuses here. So let's go through each one of these things, and I want you to evaluate yourself or reevaluate your weight loss plan to make sure you're hitting all of these highlighted things that I'm going to go over in this video. So number one, how many calories are you consuming per day? Are you tracking your calories? Are you in an efficient deficit for your given body weight and for your gender? So for example, Stephanie didn't know how many calories she was eating in a day. She didn't know what her deficit should have been. She just was claiming to be eating healthier and not seeing weight loss results. Step number one is you need to be in a calorie deficit. So I would recommend for her to be in a 1.3 to 1.4 thousand calorie deficit, total calories per day, right? Okay, so number one, do you know how many calories you're consuming per day, and are you hitting a deficit? If you don't know that answer, if you're not tracking every single thing that goes in your mouth, you don't deserve to be able to be considering weight loss surgery, because you're not doing the first step of what a weight loss journey would consist of, which is a calorie deficit. Number two, are you fasting and incorporating a low carb diet? You may be thinking you're incorporating a low carb diet, but low carb really doesn't mean anything unless you're also intermittent fasting. Because if you're on a low carb diet and still eating a breakfast, lunch, dinner, you're not allowing your body to actually burn body fat. The whole point of being on a low carb diet is to burn more body fat. And to burn body fat from a low carb diet, you need to be intermittent fasting in joint with that low carb diet. So number two, are you incorporating intermittent fasting while on a low carb diet? Next, are you actually properly on a low carb diet? I don't have that written down here, but I want you to think about, what does a low carb diet mean? Are you still having rice, potatoes, pasta, grains, processed carbs? I don't care about sugar. Let's pretend sugar's out of the window. Sugar's an obvious you shouldn't be eating. Are you still eating rice, which contains no sugar? You're still eating potatoes, even sweet potatoes. I know sweet potatoes are pure sugar, but are you still consuming sweet potatoes? Those are carb sources. Pasta isn't pure sugar, but it is still a heavy carb source. Bread isn't heavy in sugars, but it is a high carb source. So you say you claim you're eating low carb. Are you truly eating low carb? Do you know what low carb means? Are you calculating your carbs on a daily basis? Can you tell me how many grams of carbs you're having in a day? Probably not. And those are the same people who don't see weight loss results. They just make up lame excuses for themselves, even though they're not tracking whatever they're eating. All right, number three, how many steps are you doing per day? Do you know how many steps you're doing per day? Do you know how much physical activity you are actually exerting in a day? How many calories you are burning per day? Number four, is the exercises you are doing oriented around fat loss and muscle building that are low intensity for whatever your condition is? In other words, are you training like a bodybuilder, or are you just doing cardio? Do you actually know the science behind why and what exercising you're actually doing? If you can't explain to me how this workout benefits you in terms of fat loss, scientifically speaking, then you shouldn't be doing it. So an example that I used with Stephanie here was that I talk to people who train for 3 hours a day and don't see weight loss results in the gym. That is directly because they aren't training properly for weight loss. They're power lifting, building strength rather than lifting for weight loss. I could spend 20 minutes in the gym and find more weight loss oriented results than someone who trains 3 hours as a power lifter. You need to make sure that you are actually optimally dieting and optimally training for fat loss. It's not just, it's super simple for someone like me, but someone who doesn't know the science behind it, everything, and has studied everything for thousands and thousands of hours and hit the books, hit the YouTube videos, hit the studies, you probably wouldn't be able to realize, what's an optimal diet for fat loss or an optimal training regimen for fat loss and muscle building and body toning and going from obese to beast. That's why it's my day job, guys. That's why I do this as a day job every day, work for 12 to 15 hours a day doing this types of stuff because I'm a freaking geek and I guarantee results, right? So this is the most simple 4-step guide that I created to evaluate your weight loss plan right now to see if you are meeting all these criterias. Don't consider weight loss surgery unless literally you have your diet and training regimen down to a T and you physically cannot, after months and months of grinding, see any weight loss results doing all of these 4 things to a T. Because I guarantee you, you will find results. Weight loss surgery will only hinder your metabolism, kill your body toning adventure, your overall health, because you're literally going to be missing organs. You're going to look droopy. You're going to look bad. You're not going to have any body toning properties. Your muscle percentage is going to be lower because of the low calorie intake that you can have when half of your stomach's missing. Ooh, everything's horrible. Don't do weight loss surgery. Do these simple things. You do not have a valid excuse to be able to consider weight loss surgery if you aren't tracking all of your calories, fasting in a low carb diet, tracking the amount of steps that you're doing per day, and weight training at minimum 3 days a week, upwards of 7 days a week in a bodybuilding like routine that is optimized for fat loss, muscle building, and body toning. I'm going to be honest, the weight loss surgery is the loser way out, especially if you aren't doing any of these things right here. I said it, I'm going to be honest. Figure out how to lose weight properly, be like the rest of us, and save your money, save your time, save your energy. Just do it the right way. Do it naturally. We're all humans. If we can do it, you can do it too. My name's the Weight Loss Professor, aka Zach Vago. I'm an online fitness coach and I specialize with obese individuals because I myself was morbidly obese my entire life. And I taught myself how to lose 200 pounds in under a year. And I can help you do the same if you'd like. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. The Weight Loss Professor is out, and stay tuned for next video involving more weight loss guidance, knowledge, and advice. Peace out, have a great day, and good luck to you on your weight loss journey.